All right, so welcome. Today we are joined by Leighton, and Dylan is a new BHuman user, but he's already dived into the platform and he's getting some really interesting results that we'd like to share with you all. So Dylan, why don't we start? Just give us a little bit of an intro about yourself.
Sure. So, I'm Dylan. I am the technical director of AI Up. We are a AI and automation specialist agency based here in God's own country of Yorkshire, which should give you an understanding of the name. AI Up, A Up. I don't know whether you get that reference or not, but it's Yorkshire dialect. So we thought it would be a really interesting idea to sort of brand that way and really play on something that's close to our hearts. What we're doing is working with clients who they've heard about AI, they know a bit about AI, or maybe they don't know anything about it, but they understand one very important factor, which is that unless they start to really think about this, there is a potential threat from other businesses who jump into the AI space and suddenly become more productive, or whether it might be as a direct result of AI's capabilities itself, rendering aspects of their service, pointless, or whatever it may be. And maybe it's just that they want to learn a little bit more about that side of the tech world. So we're working with those businesses, typically smaller businesses, up to sort of like 50, 100 employees rather than, great big multinationals. And, what we're trying to do is two things. First of all is demystify what AI and automation is all about and just make it a little bit easy to understand. And secondly, to give our clients, the access to our technical know-how to actually build stuff for themselves without necessarily having to go and do all the research and try and plug and play things together. So that's who we are. And I obviously know all about BHuman. I've spent a bit of time talking with the team. This is our first direct conversation online, but I know we've had a few emails back and forth. So, and I've been absolutely fascinated by the work that you're doing. I actually think it's possibly one of the smartest tools around at the moment. So,
Wow.
Kudos to you guys for coming up with it. And whilst I think it's probably fair to say it's not perfect yet, not what is. It's certainly a really, really interesting product that I think people are starting to become very interested in the ability to do what BHuman can do. So.
Brilliant.
I'm excited about, how we work together and what we can do. So
Brilliant. Love it. And coming from someone like you, Dylan, you're so connected in the world of AI. I'm sure you've got your fingers on the pulse of the latest tools out there, the latest models out there. So that definitely means a lot. And I'm curious, how did you hear about BHuman in the first place? Did someone, was it just word of mouth, or how'd you come across this?
Yeah, when you're there at night and you're trying to wind down, and what you actually do is put on YouTube videos and watch people building automations. It's a nerd thing. I actually found it on someone's channel, and they were talking about BHuman, and I'd never heard of it, and I thought that looks really interesting. So I dived in, had a look. And I do what I always do, which is never try to read the instructions first. I always try to have a little play and see what I can do. And I mostly got the thing working. There were a couple of things that it required a little bit of help setting up. But actually, for the most part, it was fairly intuitive. So I got into it. I started generating videos. And for me, the use was creating welcome videos within 5 minutes of somebody signing up to a form, to be able to go, hey, we're really pleased you've signed up. It was for a workshop. This is what we're going to cover. And to be able to personalize that with multiple variables was great. Really, really stunning, and well worth getting the upgrading from the free to the the pro subscription. So, I can now literally churn those as people are signing up to the courses. So
Yeah, 100%.
it's been very interesting for me, actually.
Yeah. Well, targeting people, we've seen like when you hit people within minutes of them taking some sort of action, like we call that a trigger-based campaign, right? Like someone does something, okay, send them a video message, right? In your case, it's somebody fills out a form. We've seen, automotive dealerships use it when somebody fills out a form looking for a certain car. Okay, boom, within 2 minutes, a video is sent out. Dylan, what's up? I see you're looking for the, 2024 Honda Accord. It's actually in the lot right here. Why don't you come down? And those kinds of campaigns, I've never seen one that wasn't a home run because the customer is already interested, right? Like there's already momentum built, so you hit them at the point when the momentum is highest. So that's a fantastic use cases. And as you get into it, like you'll find more and more and more use cases. It'll just come to you, because it's just communication. I mean, like it's kind of what we've always been doing as a species, talking to one another, but now we can actually do it in a really cool new way. So great first use case. And then, so it sounds like you've dove into AI Studio, which is, personalized videos at scale. I'm curious, have you played around with Persona, which is like the digital clone of yourself that can have conversations on your behalf, and then Leader, which is our other app, which is where you can send the personalized videos over LinkedIn. Have you played with those two apps yet?
Yeah, I've not played with Leader yet. I've played a little bit with the Persona. That's quite interesting. I think it'll probably take a little while longer to get the thing trained the way that I would want it. And so I haven't deployed the Persona yet, but it's actually a really interesting use case. And I can see a ton of usage for that, particularly amongst anyone whose business is is driven by that kind of personal brand. Come and talk to our CEO, and have those discussions, or maybe even training it on the sort of data that allows somebody to communicate directly, whether it be with customer service or technical or whatever it may be. So I can see a lot of interesting usage for that. I'm definitely interested in the Leader side as well. I can see there's a million and one things to do, and I'm just sort of focused on, okay, let's do those 100 things today. Right. Thanks to AI, we can do things like that, which is great. But the LinkedIn side, I actually think there could be an awful lot there. So I'm really keen to explore that a little bit and see how, not only for myself, but what can that do for clients? Because people are always talking to me about lead gen opportunities, particularly on platforms like LinkedIn. So yeah, I think that's something, like I say, I've not really played around with it at all as of yet. Certainly very interesting. So I think it's the sort of thing. And do you know what I really liked about BHuman was when about a week ago I had a chat with Sharif. Online. We went through a number of different things, a few different scenarios. He's very helpful in looking at some of the technical side. And I actually think it'd be really interesting to be able to do that again, see what we can kind of come up with in terms of interesting workflows and use cases, because I actually think there's probably more use cases than we even realize, and we just haven't come across them yet.
100%. Every day I see new use cases that I've never thought of, and I found in the company. That's what I love about it, is like our users are so creative. We have 145,000 users now across the world, and they're so creative. Like everything from like a real estate agent in Santiago, Chile, to yourself in England with your AI consultancy company, and we have car dealerships, we have politicians using it in creative ways to communicate with voters. Like there's always new interesting things coming up, so it's a lot of fun to see that all come to fruition. And one of the things I wanted to touch on, and I've seen some of your content, so for anyone who's looking for like some really, really cool use cases for combining different string of AI tools together, you got to check out Dylan's YouTube channel. You built some pretty cool things that, just using make.com and different automation flows, platforms out there aren't able to do what you've sort of strung together. So super interesting. But one of the things you mentioned when we first started the call is that you said, hey, I had to buy a Zapier subscription to make a flow, right, that I wanted. And actually, we probably should do a better job of advertising this, but we actually give you access to basically unlimited Zapier quota as part of being a user. Yeah, so we have a automations app, and when you go to that app, you can build automations directly in BHuman. And basically, we're basically just putting Zapier into the platform. However, one of the things that we ask you when you first go there is, do you want to use your own Zapier account, or do you want to use one that we provide for you? And if you click that second button, then basically we make an account for you that you can use, and you don't have to worry about quota or paying for anything, so it's all included in your BHuman subscription. So you may want to check that out, and that'll save you.
Yeah. So BHuman allows customers to use Zapier to integrate with BHuman totally for free. You don't need to be buying a Zapier subscription. Huge. There you go. I mean, that in itself is a great reason to use BHuman.
100%. And we try to make it easy. Try to make it easy. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I think, that's something that I don't know how many other people have done a similar thing to myself there and actually gone and bought a subscription to use more extended features. So that could be interesting for people to go and look at again.
Definitely. Yep. So Dylan, as you start to send out these personalized videos, what kind of reaction are you getting from folks? Are you getting any feedback so far?
Yeah, most people are pretty astonished at how quickly we can generate videos, personalize them. And, one or two of the comments that have come back are, yeah, it's not absolutely bang on 100% perfect. We can tell it's been, the elements which are the variables have been AI generated. They're still a little bit glitchy, but hey, they love the fact that we're actually doing it. And overall, it's been very positive. And I think, obviously, as time goes on and the technology improves and the speed improves, this is only going to get better and better. And I think what you've managed to do is really capture the essence of a really, really killer app very, very early on. I haven't really found anybody else who's doing a similar thing as of yet. And maybe I just haven't looked too hard. But, there's an awful lot of noise in the AI and automation world right now. Everybody's trying to get noticed. And my experience is that for the most part, an awful lot of the products that are coming out are very samey. Maybe they're either trying to solve a problem that doesn't necessarily exist, or they're doing something that isn't particularly, clever and special, or they're doing something that's so wildly, off the wall and highly technical that it becomes so specialist. I think what I've really liked about BHuman is that it is something that techies like me can use, but actually anybody with half a brain could figure it out pretty quickly. And more importantly, the support that I've had, if you can keep that kind of thing up, it's been astonishing to get that hands-on, step-by-step, support to start to build whatever it is that I want with BHuman. So, kudos to you, because that for me is 5-star straight away. The number of times you buy a product and you just cannot get to speak to someone when it just doesn't work like you expect it to, or the documentation's a little bit patchy or whatever it may be. So, big kudos. That in itself is, $1 million company.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Dylan. And last question for you for today is, for users just starting out, maybe someone just signed up to the platform a couple hours ago, like what advice would you give them? What are some of the learning curves that you've overcome that you can, let someone know who's just starting out, that can help them get a foothold here?
Yeah, I think it's, don't be dismayed if your first video that you create isn't the perfect one. It takes a little bit of time, from whether it be setting up your space to, lighting it properly to, to doing your training really well, whatever it may be. Don't be dismayed if the first time isn't 100% bang on perfect. Keep going, tweak it, refine it, and get up there. But I think most importantly, I'd say if you're thinking about a service like BHuman, if you're thinking about wanting to communicate with prospective clients or existing clients, and you want to do it with video, and it genuinely is the way forward. I can't really think of a much better service than BHuman has come up with. You guys have really nailed something, and I think, obviously as time goes along, you're just going to get even better at refining these things. So there's a free trial with BHuman. You can try it out. You can give it a go for yourself. Go and have a look, because it's astonishing what you can do. And don't be limited by just creating a small set of videos for one thing. There's so many different ways that you could use it. So big 5 stars. I've personally really rate B. I'm not just saying that, not blowing smoke at you at all. It genuinely is a fantastic product. I really like it, and I can see me using it for a long time to come to generate these videos. So go for it. It's really worth it. I'm also keen to understand, have you got any really interesting, what's the craziest use case you've seen so far?
Just going through the whole customer journey. I mean, everything from like, okay, you can get really smart with it. Like, okay, a user hasn't logged into, let's say I have a software product, hasn't logged into my software product in, 3 weeks. Okay, this is a sign of that risk of churning, right? So let me send them a video. So you can get really creative with it. We see a lot of gyms use it. Gym use case is really interesting because if you haven't been to the gym in 2 weeks, they'll take someone from the front desk that you'll know the face, and they'll be like, Dylan, where have you been? It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, wait. Did you know that is exactly me at the moment? My gym membership. I sort of go, Monday morning, I should go to the gym, and then it gets to about Tuesday afternoon, and I go, oh no, I can't be bothered this week. I'm busy.
Exactly. But it makes
that's
feeling
really
like,
interesting.
Like there's social pressure, like, oh my gosh, like this person knows me, like I got to get in there. You know what I mean? Personalized house tours is another one. I mean, it's just so many interesting things, like you were saying. So as you get into it, the ideas will come to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very, very interesting. It'd be interesting to talk a bit as well about the LinkedIn thing. I don't know if you've got time now, but I'd really be interested to see how that works. Sure. Maybe that's for now, maybe that's for later. I don't know, but
it's super simple. I mean, the concept is super simple. Have you used any other LinkedIn automation apps before? Like any sort of outreach?
Not really. No.
Okay.
Yeah, really.
When it comes to lead generation, like the reason why LinkedIn is so great is because, and I ran a lead generation agency before starting BHuman, so I've been through the trenches with it. But really any campaign is 3 things. We call it the 3-legged stool when it comes to outbound. It's basically data, like who you're reaching out to. If you're sending it over email, are the emails going to bounce back? Are you, all that's super important. Data, content, what are you saying? Do you have something interesting? Is your offer good, right? Are you using keywords that are going to land you in spam, things like that? And then deliverability. So like what channel are you using to send the video? Is it getting to their inbox? Is it going to the promotions tab of the Gmail, right? So there's a lot of little details in here. And if any one of those little details goes wrong, then the campaign is going to fail. No matter if you have the best offer in the world, if you're giving away free money, it doesn't matter. If you land in spam or if you have bad data, it doesn't matter, right? So the reason why LinkedIn is so attractive when it comes to doing outbound is because it solves 2 of those things right away. LinkedIn has data, right? Like very good, very up-to-date data, fresh data. You could find, I don't know how many billion plus people are on LinkedIn. So that's the first thing, and there's really good targeting and filtering. But also, more importantly, is deliverability. So on LinkedIn, messages get a 70% open rate on average. So, with email, you're lucky if, for an outbound cold campaign, you're lucky if you get a 20% open rate. When people send, we have these stats because we have a tool inside the platform that lets you send emails with videos inside directly in the platform. So the open rate on average, when people use BHuman with emails, like 35 to 42%, somewhere in there. But with LinkedIn, it's 70% plus. So you're just getting way more visibility. And so the only thing you really have to worry about with doing LinkedIn outreach is the content, like what you're saying, what's in your personalized video, what your offer is. And, that just comes down to good psychology. You know what I mean? Like, know, the best AI in the world, if you don't have a good product and if you don't have anything exciting, it's not going to, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to have a good offer or something, a good conversation starter. So all that said, that's why, we spend so much time building an app specifically for LinkedIn. So basically how it works is you'll put in a search URL, like you'll find an audience on LinkedIn, and you'll take that URL, put it in the app, and then you'll pick a video that you want to send that is personalized. So let's say, for example, I say like, hey, first name, how's everything going? I'm looking at your LinkedIn here and blah, 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 whatever my message is. And then you set up the settings so you could say, like, okay, every day I want you to go to this search, find people in this target market, and I want you to send, let's say, 35 of them this video. And you can put it inside of a connection request. Or you can send it to people you already know, but most are using this for outbound.
That's genius. Being able to put it inside of the connection request. Does that appear as a video link, or does it appear as the video with a thumbnail?
So it depends on the device. We've seen it happen both ways. Most of the time, it seems to appear as a thumbnail with a play button inside. You click, and then it sometimes it plays. So on the iPhone, we've seen a video actually play directly inside of the LinkedIn app, which is perfect. On the browser, it opens up into a Vimeo new tab. So we've seen both. But we even have this thing called background mode for LinkedIn, which is where you actually take a screenshot of their LinkedIn, whoever you're reaching out to, their profile, and it goes into the background. So like it looks like you're screen sharing and you're actually on their LinkedIn profile. And when that is put as a thumbnail, right, in the message itself, they're like, oh, who's looking at my LinkedIn? Like they really think that somebody just recorded this and took the time, So yeah, it's super powerful, and you're going to get better rates there than anything else.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Excellent. Well, Dylan, thank you so much for the time. Where can people find you? You're doing some really cool stuff, and I think that our user base would be really interested in all the different flows you're building with BHuman or other tools, right? So where can people learn more about what you're doing?
Yeah, you can obviously visit our website, ai-up.co.uk. You can go and check us out on the YouTube channel, AI Up Agency. They're the main places that you can probably find what we're doing. And, just follow us, see what we're doing, where every single day we're coming up with, really insane new ways of doing things. And particularly if you're in the Yorkshire area or the north of England, we want to hear from you. If you're interested in AI automation and turning your company into something absolutely bonkers in terms of its outbound marketing. So,
excellent.
Hope that helps.
Excellent. Perfect interview, Dylan. Couldn't have been better. Great. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.